Welcome back, friends. This is Chapter 14 of Harriet's Survival Saga, and it's going to be a wild one. While Teddy keeps up colony provisions, Harriet receives a message from the Empire of God. They ask Pixie's dynasty to lure a manhunter muffalo herd and execute them for the damage they've already caused. Ark's banning Salon is not exactly in top fighting condition for 9 muffalos, so she will delay her response to the mission. At 20 hours of December the 1st, the main defense line is reworked. Wheel's sleeping sickness is also recovering nicely. The defense rework is complete by 6 hours of the following morning. Several hours later, an outdoor path is outlined to grant the colonists better move speed outside the base. As the 2nd of December passes, the colonists make progress through another peaceful night. At the stroke of the next day, air conditioning is installed with ventilation throughout the living quarters. While this mini-project is undertaken, Harriet sends word to the Empire of God that she will accept their mission. Two fighters are promptly delivered to reinforce her position. Troopers Isaac and Marcos arrive with an LMG and a chain shotgun. Over the course of the day, they assist with miscellaneous tasks, primarily hauling stone chunks to the brickyard. At 20 hours of the 3rd, while base expansion plans are considered, the Muffalo Stampede arrives. Everyone is ordered into the base, but Lyons is caught outside the walls while chopping wood in the herd's vicinity. He fires some panicked shots and runs for the door. He is caught in the doorway. Thankfully, Adventura, the young male elephant most recently tamed, bolts to his rescue. The entire colony collapses at the eastern entrance to defend the choke point before the situation falls any farther out of control. A brief but savage display of firepower shreds through the herd, and the threat is neutralized with mere minor injuries sustained on Lyons and his loyal tusked guardian. As the dying muffalos are put out of their misery, Harriet's reward lands near the power generators. Moments later, Teddy catches plague. She immediately calls Harriet to the medical bay. In the meantime, Wheel brings in the few corpses that didn't spoil Tiscaria. On the morning of the 4th, the base extension plans are complete, with marsh zoning in consideration and the region's center marked. And there's something else. A faint sound can be heard. It sounds like wind, but it's above the wind, growing in volume. Outside, Harriet and Lyons look up and see it. Several pods from the Kiliath mech hive are inbound directly for their position. The colonists scramble to the yard, unleashing their war beasts without hesitation. This is an emergency. This is not a drill. A lancer and 3 pikemen exit the pods. The lancer, with computer precision, pierces Huckleberry's heart, killing her instantly. Harriet, having taken 2 life-threatening shots, retreated into the building, resting her back against the wall, bleeding as the conflict outside continued. Wheel, upon hearing the cries of pain from his wife, drove out of cover with Lions to mercilessly spray down the remaining mechs. Lions tends to Harriet. Teddy treats the animals, and Wheel mops the puddles and streaks of blood from the floors. A refugee, Ada, calls for help. It appears the mechanoids are raiding the entire region. He offers to join, but he would need to activate an EMI, which would neutralize colony power for 5 days. With one of the colonists dead, another with plague, and a third and fourth badly injured, there is no time to lose power to the provision freezer. The offer is declined for now. As Harriet joins Teddy in tending to the animals, Lions wastes no time in building a beautiful sarcophagus to bury Huckleberry, who will be laid to rest in the heart of the fields. The tribulations do not end here, however, as Harriet's torso gets infected. Harriet and Teddy both direct themselves to the medical bay for much-needed recovery. With all the violence, Teddy's immunity did not have a chance to get a head start on her plague. Wheel, on the other hand, has a strong lead on his sleeping sickness, so he can at least be of assistance to Lions in maintaining the colony while the other 2 recover. Lions solemnly buries her fallen comrade and returns to work. There will be time for a funeral later, when everyone is stable. While the 3 worse for wear rest, Wheel continually ferries sustenance to the disabled colonists. On the arrival of the 5th, a cargo pod containing machine components lands in the area. Harriet's infection is also sprinting ahead. She remembers the acquisition of Glitterworld medicine and orders she be treated with it. Teddy is treated with herbal medicine and appears to be barely beating the disease, but beating it nonetheless. At 8 a.m., Teddy is checked on again, only this time she's taken a turn for the worst. Her illness seems to have gained momentum over her immunity. She will also be given the best meds to combat this madness. Meanwhile, Lions takes a moment in private to visit Huckleberry. Around midday, the patients are checked on again. Harriet's immunity, though still behind, is certainly catching up. Teddy's condition is not beyond hope, but she cannot be tended to for another 7 hours and the disease is reaching critical conditions. Harriet's immunity finally takes over, but Teddy's situation is becoming discouragingly precarious. Lions rushes to grab the Glitterworld meds. The quality of his treatment is high, but will it catch up in time? Late at night on the 5th of December, Teddy passes away to the plague. The following morning, Lyons is regrettably building another sarcophagus. As if there wasn't enough death and destruction for 1 week of this quadrum, the wild elephants have curiously entered the base. To their regret, they have begun tripping some of the security traps. With such catastrophic medical demands, Harriet decides to pause her research on communications and diverts her future efforts to sterile materials to create a more effective medical system. By that afternoon, everything is more or less stable, with the notable exception of blood-soaked defenses due to wandering elephants. That night, at 19 hours, Harriet must put her current task on hold to repair damage to one of the hydroelectric generators undoubtedly caused by the mech attack, which has cut power to the freezer. A couple hours later, Harriet notices a pile of smoke leaf that has been stockpiled from the numerous raids. She calls Lyons and Wheel over. The smoke leaf was taken from attackers that Huckleberry and Teddy helped defend against. With their loyal animal compatriots understandingly keeping them company, the survivors each light a smoke to soothe their heartache and honor their dead. Harriet, Wheel, and Lyons then head outside to the fields and silently mourn their friends. Huckleberry is encased in a sarcophagus bearing artwork of her defeating a pikeman with a machine pistol with quick, efficient movements. Huckleberry looks triumphant. The work symbolizes fellowship. Unusually for this kind of work, the image is bordered by 7 stars. This artwork tells the story of the overcoming of the pikeman by Huckleberry on the 14th of September, 5501. Teddy is entombed in a sarcophagus engraved with an artwork of her losing at a billiards table, tense with energy. In the distance, a creek is visible. The Romanesque style of the central scene clashes with the Dadaist depiction of the background. If you squint your eyes, the square composition of the image reveals the outline of dozens of hearts. This representation relates to Teddy playing games at a billiards table on the 2nd of December, 5501. It is here that we will end Chapter 14. Huckleberry and Teddy, in honor of your financial support, as long as this colony stands, your tombs will be preserved. No cost will be spared to protect them. Thank you everyone for your attention. I have to admit this episode pulled at my heartstrings during editing. I love you all. Like, sub, ring the bell. If you'd like to fund the continuation of this project, please check the video description. You can support me on Twitch or directly on PayPal. As always, I hope you are all safe, healthy, and fulfilled. I will see you on the next one.